Hello guys, Lunchbox here, and I'm bringing you another tutorial episode. And I was debating on whether to go with extra biomes, like talk about them, but they're kind of self-explanatory. If you guys really need a tutorial video on extra biomes, I can do one if you leave a comment down below, because you mostly see all the biomes here first. Now this episode's going to mainly be dealing about first, modded craftables. Now we all know how to make like a stone sword and pickaxes and shovels and well, thank you, Steam. I'm not sure if you guys will hear that, but Steam just showed up. Oh well. But you guys know how to mine and vanilla stuff. Now there are a few mods that adds in a lot of tools that'll help you along with crafting. And I'm going to go into more detail about them in this episode. So, we're going to begin talking... Oh, I was going to set myself to that. Okay. So, we're going to be first talking about all of these neat blocks and what they do in this episode. First on the list is backpacks. Backpacks are really neat. Very good for saving space. Portable crafting tables. Sickles. Log turners, project tables, tree tap and rubberwood trees, canvas bags, and seed bags. So, let's get started. If we turn around here, we got ourselves a little Minecraft house. Nice and simple. We got ourselves a little, right here on this grass plain, we got some trees, got ourselves a little wooden house. We got ourselves a little garden so that we don't, starve to death. Let's hit it on the side. Neat, huh? We got some, good resources here. Let's say, like, we explored a dungeon, and we got a bunch of wood and cobble, and, all the basic stuff. And we've also went off and mined a little bit. Also, in the meanwhile, we got some iron sitting over here in this furnace, and some stone. We got ourselves a little bed. I'll go into more detail about what these are, but mention them as, they're tool racks. So if you right click, you grab the a tool out. So we're pretty basic. We got some leather, some cobble, and some basic tools. So first off, we're going to be talking about backpacks. Backpacks are really, really neat and very easy to craft. What you'll need is some string, some wool, wood, and let's see what else. I can grab one of these chests since we, got one from a dungeon. Some clay. Why not? And I think that's about it. And some of this. Some bones. So we go over here to our crafting table here. Let's go and get ourselves, I don't know, a few more chests. Have you guys been paying attention to the new 1.5 update? It makes clicking in this way easier. Oh well. So to craft backpacks, it's a very simple recipe, and they all follow the same, standard. You've got a chest in the middle, wool on the top, and string in the corners. Just like this. Now, each backpack can only carry a certain amount of items. So, in this case, we're going to make ourselves, and each backpack will have a different recipe. And each recipe, is different right here. But each backpack follows the same logic. So let's go and put some iron ingots here, and we'll get ourselves a miner's backpack. Grab one of those. If you put regular smooth stone here, you get yourself a digger's backpack. And if you go and put bones here, you get yourself an adventurer's backpack. Oh, needed one more chest. And then we have the builder's backpack. Now there's a few other more backpacks here. Backpack. And you can see here. Oh, I made an adventurer's backpack. I was hoping to get a hunter's backpack. Oh well. And each one of these backpacks can hold 15 slots. So if you go and put it here on your hotbar and right click, You have 15 slots, and these 15 slots are stored in this one slot here in your inventory, so it's a good space saver. Now, be wary that we'll get ourselves some iron and some gold here. Now, a miner's backpack can only hold ores or smelted ingots. So you can put in some ingots, some gold ore, iron ore. If you try to put stone in here, it will not work. See, I don't know if you guys can hear me clicking away, but I can't put that in there. Or string, or torches, or any of our tools. So each backpack can only hold a certain amount of items. Miner's backpack holds, ores and whatnot. A digger's backpack holds, dirt, cobble, just like that. I don't know if it'll hold smooth, it won't hold smooth stone. Won't hold string, food. Won't hold any of that stuff. Just, all the stuff, all the low value items you'd find while you're mining. An Adventurous Backpack is a little unique because you get to decide in the config files what you want to put into it. And I think by default, you can put nothing in it. So you have to go and specify what you want to put into it. Builder's Backpack is an awesome backpack. You go and put torches, planks. You can't put logs in there, but you can put planks. Just like that. Stairs, smooth stone, stuff you normally you want to build with. Now here's some of the other backpacks. See, you got a Trackman's backpack, which will hold tracks. Iceman's backpack, which will hold snow and ice, and anything, ice related. You got an Apier's backpack, and its recipe is a little bit unique because it's mainly for beekeeping. It requires an Apier's chest, but we'll get into that more later on a bee episode or something like that. Diggers. We got a Forester's backpack, which will hold any kind of nature stuff like logs, saplings, apples, wheat. Hunter's backpack will hold mob drops like string, gunpowder, ender pearls, rotten flesh. The Thaumaturgist backpack holds anything from Thaumcraft, like shards. I'm trying to see what else. Don't remember. Like shards and anything magical related, pretty much. And then you got a Computer Engineer's backpack, which is from Computercraft, and it'll hold any kind of like circuits and stuff from that mod. And I can show you the Trackmans require tracks, Iceman requires snow, Foresters require logs, Hunters require feathers. Hunters requires feathers. Thaumaturgists require amber, and the Computer Engineer's backpack requires floppy disks. Now, each one of them holds 15 slots, but there's also some other unique properties from them. So let's say you're mining, and then, you're going to go pick up some iron. By default, just throw the whole stack. By default, whenever you pick up anything, you might be saying, oh, lunchbox. Well, what happened to the item? I just picked up some iron. Where'd it go? It automatically goes straight into your backpack. It makes mining a whole lot easier. Now, you can also switch it in between different modes if you don't want it to go into your backpack. Let's say if you shift right click or your sneak button plus right click, it'll change the mode. Right now it's in locked mode. You can see it down there on the hotbar. If I were to throw my iron ore out now and try to pick it up, it won't land in the backpack. Now let me experiment the other backpack with cobble here. It's much easier with cobble. With a digger's backpack. And then here is I can never remember, a receiving mode. It'll try and put in any items automatically into your backpack. It's kind of, it might be useful, for other things, but I don't really use this mode very often. However, if you can shift right click again, you get Resupply Mode. Now this mode is awesome. Let's say if I throw in some cobble right here. See how I have 40 right here? Just look at on my hotbar right there. As soon as I close the inventory, bam. Now you might be wondering, where did you get that cobble? It automatically gets resupplied from your backpack. So if I go out here, and if you're building stuff with cobble, it's actually draining out from your backpack instead. Neat, huh? Let me get rid of these cobblestone. Another neat feature about these backpacks, you see this chest right here. If you sneak right click and open it up your backpack, oh, what happened to all your stuff? It automatically goes straight into the chest. A little disorganized though, because it'll go and put it into the first slot available. But it's very good for, you know, coming back, dropping off your stuff and then leaving, and worrying about sorting it later. Well, these backpacks are pretty awesome. They're usually the first thing that I make, so that way my trips down into the mines are that much more, it's much more or less time consuming, because you get to hold more. You don't have to come back up as often. Now the next thing I want to talk about is the pocket crafting table. It's very easy to make. Go get yourself a crafting table, like so. And a stick. Put a stick in a crafting table like so. Get yourself a pocket crafting table. Really, really simple. Now, the neat thing about this item is by default on the FTB Ultimate Pack, if you have a pocket crafting table in your inventory, it does not have to be here on your hotbar. It can just be here in your inventory. If you press C, it'll bring up this little interface. And with your inventory here on the right side, it is a crafting table. So let's say if I wanted to make a chest, or how about a wooden pickaxe, or how about a wooden hoe? There you go. This normally you wouldn't be able to do this straight from your inventory, because you'd only have a 2x2 space up here. Now with the pocket crafting table, you don't have to be next to a crafting table. You can just have this in your inventory, and as long as you have free inventory space in these 9 slots, you can actually make 3x3 recipes here in your inventory. Another good time saver. Now I'm gonna skip the sickle and go straight to the log turner. I'll talk about the sickle in a little bit whenever I get to the tree tap and rubberwood. Now log turners are pretty cool, but mainly used for aesthetic purposes. If I go and get myself some sticks here and put it in a pattern like so, we get ourselves a log turner. Have you ever been building with wood? And you're like, okay, let me put some wood like that. And you're, oh, well, I didn't want to put my wood like this, and this seems a little, you know, out of place. If you have yourself a log turner, if you right-click on any kind of log, it'll rotate the block. Just like that. Hey, now it's all nice and flush. And you can rotate them, you know, any other ways. So if you wanted to rotate it like this, oh, I want it to be like that. Yeah, now that looks nice. But only if you're working with wood, it's really useful. I got an achievement. Next on the list is the project table. Project tables are neat. They are a very, very nice block. Inventory slowly getting messy already. Gotta organize. Wooden hoe can go back over there. Okay, what was I talking about? Project tables. Yes, project tables. Project tables are pretty easy to make. You go and get yourself a chest, some cobble, and some smooth stone. You get yourself some wood. You need a crafting table, some wood, a chest, some wood. There we go. You put wood here on the sides, a chest here on the bottom, crafting table there on the middle, and smooth stone on top, and you get yourself a project table. Nice. Now, neat thing about this project table, whenever you right-click it, you've got this cool interface. And I need to talk about plans, too. I didn't prepare myself for that. Now, with this project table, it's got 27 slots, same as a crafting table. However, have you ever been in a project table and you're like, okay, I'm making something, and oh no, how about this? Okay, I'm going to be making myself a pickaxe, and oh no, I don't have the sticks for it. And if you get out of the inventory, everything just falls there on the ground. And you're like, well, dang it. It doesn't happen with a project table. You put your cobblestone up here, and this place down over here acts as a buffer, pretty much. It's pretty much a chest, so you can throw anything you want in there. And if you leave the inventory, none of it falls out. Right-click, it's still there. Amazing, isn't it? So let's say if we want, okay, let me make a bunch of stone pickaxes for no apparent reason. Now, another neat thing about this project table is that it'll actually, whenever you create the recipe, it'll actually pull the resources from down here. Doop, 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 until it runs out of resources. Now, let's say if you've got enough for 2 more, or 3 more technically, and if you shift right click, you'll pull as much as you want, but it'll actually leave the recipe until you click it one more time, and it'll actually use up the recipe that's here. Another neat feature from this, if I was prepared, Inigo, see if I can try to find it from here. Where are you? Okay, I do not know how to spell Inigo. Okay. There you go. Indigo. It's got a D. Duh, lunchbox. Okay, you'll find flowers that are like this in the world. You usually don't find them in extra biomes, but you'll find them in normal vanilla biomes. They look like this. Neat, aren't they? You just punch them with your hand out or with anything that you want, and you can pick them up. And they're actually a substitute for anything that's using blue dye in any recipes. So you go and get yourself some indigo dye that way. Now, to make plans for the project table, you're going to need some of these flowers to make plans. Now, plans are pretty cool. Don't get me wrong. We're also going to need paper, which you get from sugarcane. If you combine paper with indigo dyes, you can get blank plans. Neat, huh? Don't get rid of those, and we don't need them anymore. You might be wondering what this slot is for. Well, this is why. You can place one plan up here, and the cool thing about it, let's go and make our stone pickaxes again. If you click this button right here, it'll write the plan, or write this recipe into the plan, just like that. And the cool thing about it, so let's say if you go and you have all your resources right here, and you're like, well, I don't want to make another recipe. You can just grab your plan that's sitting in here in the project table, put it up here, bam, it goes and puts ghost blocks in for you. And you can pull out as many as you want. Just like that. Go into delete mode. Get rid of all this junk. So, okay. Let me take out the sticks. Oh, I can't make this recipe because I don't have any sticks. However, if I go and put in just enough, bam, you can make it, and it'll also tell you what you're missing. Project tables are cool, especially whenever you're working on bigger projects. And it's good to have like 2 or 3 or 4 of them if you really wanted to. One for specifics, for specific things, like one for this mod, another one for that mod, and so on and so forth. Next on, is we're going to be talking about rubberwood and tree taps. Now you'll find rubberwood in swamp biomes and in many other biomes too. And the trees will look like this. I'm also going to show you that you can plant these and use bone meal on them. Just like that. You'll find rubberwoods that are like this. Now you don't want to go and chop them down. What you're actually wanting to do is get rid of the leaves on them. Because you're not wanting to chop down the tree, you're looking to extract rubber from it. Now you've got, you know, this one might be no good because it doesn't have the spots on him. Oh, this one doesn't have any spots, but man, it took a while for you to get rid of all those leaves, didn't it? How about making a sickle? Sickles from Redpower, and if you go and make yourself some sticks, you can throw in some... Oh, what happened to my cobble? I had some cobble, but then I deleted it. If you put your sticks like this, and stone, or diamonds, or rubies, or sapphires, or gold, or iron, you know, it's pretty much like a tool. Like any other tool. You can get yourself a stone, or a sickle, but a stone sickle in this case. Now, the cool thing about this stone sickle is if you left click, it'll get rid of this huge area of leaves. Very good for clearing out rubberwood trees. Yeah. It also works on grass. Bam. Now it doesn't work on these flowers, but it will pick up regular vanilla flowers. These flowers are from extra biomes. This rubberwood isn't so good. Let's chop it down. Got ourselves some rubberwood. And if you put it in your crafting table, you only get 3 jungle planks. But mainly, you don't want to do that. You mainly want to hold on to this rubberwood. And we'll talk about, you know, their uses more in the future. Right now I want to get to the orange spots that are on these rubberwood trees. Aw. If I can actually find one that actually has one. Also, a bonus, whenever you chop down these rubberwoods, you get sticky resin, which is what you get from the spots if I'll actually find one that does have one. Aha, here's one. Most of the time on your rubberwood trees, you'll find these spots here. And what you want to do, go and move everything out of the way, is get yourself a tree tap. Tree taps are made like so. Just like that. Let me go and get rid of some of this junk. There we go. Tree taps are made like this. You need 5 planks in this fashion. Get yourself a tree tap. Now, if you're wanting to go into IC2, it's best to go into your rubberwoods, you know, as early as possible. Usually, you would have, I don't know, like 10, 20 or so. Now, what a tree tap does, if you right-click on these orange spots, bam, sticky situation, and you'll get yourself some sticky resin. Now, as you can still see, there's a little spot right here, right there. Now, if you wait long enough, this spot will regenerate. However, since this only... Oh, there's another spot on this side. Right-click, bam. Got ourselves another spot. And if you wait long enough, they'll regenerate. Now you can continue to tree tap them. Right click and you get more sticky resin out of it. However, if you click too much, as you can see, this little spot disappeared. It will no longer regenerate this wooden spot there. You got yourselves a lot of sticky resin from it, but now it's not a renewable, and we have to go and plant another one. And rubber tree saplings are pretty rare in the beginning, especially if you don't spawn in a swampland. Next on the list is canvas bags. and seed bags from Redpower. Go and get rid of all this junk. Hold on to that. And okay. Next is canvas bags. Now, canvas bags require a lot of string, and you can get strings from spiders and from other mods too. You can actually grow string technically, but I'll get into more of that later, in like a farming episode or whenever I tour other biomes or something like that. Now, if you've got yourself some string, you can go and make yourself some canvas bags. So if we go and put a stick here in the center and surround it with string, you get yourself some canvas. Now, canvas isn't, used by itself. It's just a craftable item, and you use this canvas here to make bags. You can see I got some more canvas right in here. So if you've got a lot of string and a little bit of wood, you can make these canvas bags. If you go and make a chest out of this canvas, like so. Now, keep in mind, this right here requires a log and a stack of string. Because there's 8 string in here, 8 string, 8 string, stick, da 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 da. So if you've got a huge surplus of string, canvas bags are really, really neat. And the cool thing about these canvas bags is that you can dye them. So if we go and get ourselves some white ceramic dye, orange dye, cyan dye, you can dye them. So there's a cyan canvas bag, there's an orange one, there's a white one. Oh, you can't use that. If you use bone meal, though, I think it's by default already white. Yeah, by default it's already white. So you don't have to worry about coloring it white. Unless if it's a different color, then you just color it back. Which I should have kept my orange dye to show you that you could do that. And then, light gray. So let's go and make ourselves an orange canvas bag. Now, canvas bags is pretty much a chest in one slot. Right click, and here's your canvas bag. You can go and throw stuff in it. Close it. There's nothing in my inventory, but if you right click with it, here on your hotbar, there's all my stuff. Now, it's good for carrying around tools and the like, so if you go and have, a bunch of pickaxes in here, so whenever you're mining, like, oh no, I ran out of pickaxes, so open up your canvas bag, pull out some pickaxes, and start mining again. Because now you've got a huge multitude of space thanks to these backpacks. Item storage. There's a lot of it. And like I said, you should be able to recolor them straight from here. Be sure to take everything out of it, though, before you do this, because you might lose items. Just like that. Bam. That's a different color. However, whenever you store stuff in your backpacks, this is what I forgot to mention, in your backpacks or in your canvas bag, let's say you fall into lava, you'll lose all the items that are in the backpacks or bags. So don't fall in lava. Do not fall in lava. Especially if you're carrying, diamonds and all your tools with you. Be very cautious of not dying. Next on the list is seed bags, which are really, really neat. So let's go and get some more canvas. I already have it there in my inventory. Let's do it over here. Canvas. And some string like so. Get yourself some seed bags. Now they don't stack. And they only hold very little. Now, whenever you right-click, it doesn't do anything. However, if you sneak right-click, it'll open up this thing. Now, seed bags only take in, you guessed it, seeds. It won't store anything else. And it'll only store one type of seed. Now, there's a method to this madness, don't worry. See, let's say I got this little farm back here. Oh, well, it's already all, grown, so let's go and mine it up. Sweet. Now I got all the seeds and then some carrots and some potatoes. But, it'd be kind of troublesome to, you know, put this in my inventory and right-click on all of this stuff. That's where seed bags come into play. If you sneak right-click, put some seeds in it, bam. The seed bag changed icons, and now it's a seed bag. Got a, you know, double word there. Now, the cool thing about these seed bags, if you right-click, bam, look how much they planted, and they'll do like a like a 5x5 area of wherever you right-click. So if I did it right here, it'd go from here, it'd go 2 more out this way, and then 2 more that way. So it'd be like this 5x5 area. It's a pretty big area. The cool thing about it is that there's a damage bar on these seed bags. So I go seed, get ourselves some more seeds, throw them in here. So there's a little damage value down there. It'll tell you how much seeds you have in your seed bag without actually having to mouse over it or anything like that. There's like a little bar there. However, you cannot put carrots or potatoes or netherwort, which are other stuff you can actually put into seed bags because you plant them. They only hold one type. So if I go and have this other seed bag and put carrots into it, got ourselves a carrot bag. We also have a potato bag. Potato. If I right-click right here, bam, planted all the potatoes. Don't have any more bone meal. And with that, guys, I think it's a good time to stop it here. I went and told you about all the early tools that you'd want to get in your whenever you're beginning your Minecraft career. And I hope this tutorial is helpful to you guys. And with that, I'm going to have to say adios and good night. Oh yeah, my name is Lunchbox. Adios and good night.